Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes Reacts. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Clifford.
Clifford?
Oh, right. Really? Must be a new Office Bloke.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not heard of him before.
The big red dog.
Yeah, funnily enough, the only reason I know what you're talking about is because you told me before we started recording. I thought it was something else for a minute and I backed out mid-sentence. We are the Office Blokes. We've got TikTok, believe it or not. It's exciting. It's absolutely mind-blowing, crazy original content, isn't it?
Indeed.
It really is.
Crazy.
Look for the Office Blokes on TikTok. We've had to have it explain to us what it actually is and what it does. I'm getting sucked into it now.
Really,
a little bit.
but yeah.
It's, you know, rather than scrolling up and down your Instagram timeline or Facebook or whatever, I get why TikTok is so popular.
Yeah.
When I've done a bit of research and you just lose hours. You really do. Some of it's hilarious. So, yeah.
I'll have to have a look.
Well, we're on there now, aren't we? So
famous TikTokers now and all that.
I have downloaded the app.
Yeah.
And it's installed on my phone.
Nice.
That's right.
That's it.
Anyway, yeah, look for the Office Blokes on TikTok. Give us a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. However TikTok works, just do it. Right, Dave Chappelle pulls off an impossible punchline. I've seen a few comments and a few messages of people saying you need to do this.
Yeah.
He is the GOAT. Or one of them.
Yeah. We love a bit of Chappelle, don't we? So
Yeah.
it should be good.
Should we get into it?
Go on.
Dave Chappelle pulls off an impossible punchline. Let's do it.
I actually write jokes backwards. I will write a punchline with no particular setup in mind. I just put it on a scrap of paper, and I'll throw that scrap of paper in my fishbowl. I have a fishbowl in my house filled with random punchlines. And every once in a while, I'll shake the bowl, and I'll dig in there and just pull one out and see if I can make that shit work. And I picked one for this special. It's not an easy punchline to pull off. Are you ready?
Before he gets into it, when we first did a Chappelle compilation that wasn't very good, I have a feeling a bit of this was on it.
You won't remember it.
I'm not going to say what the punchline is, but I know in my head what I think it is.
I think I've seen this special.
Because I have a feeling we've seen the punchline to this joke in a bad Chappelle compilation we did.
I think you're right. Sort of rings a bell slightly.
It's just the way he lines the crowd up for the the next bit that comes. I watched his special this weekend. I was telling you,
the new one.
It's called The Closer. Yeah, and I tell you what, he's funny.
Yeah,
and just the way he says something, and the crowd sort of like go, "Oh," he's one of them. He went, "I ain't fucking started. Yeah, I'm going there." He went strap in sort of thing.
Yeah. To be fair, if the new special is on Netflix, then it's not going to be on YouTube, so we can't react to it anyway. And it'd get blocked if we tried to, so I might watch the new special.
Yeah.
It is good.
Here it goes. The punchline is, so I kicked her in the pussy.
That rings a bell.
I haven't finished the joke yet. I just know whatever happens in the beginning of the joke, at the end of the joke, for some reason, I'm gonna kick somebody in the pussy. And it's going to be hilarious. When I was growing up, I was probably about 8 years old. And at the time, we were living in Silver Spring. My parents did just well enough so that I could grow up poor around white people. And to be honest, when Nas and them talk about the projects, nigga, I used to get jealous because it sounded fun. Everybody in the projects was poor, and that's fair. But if you were poor in Silver Spring, nigga, it felt like it was only happening to you. Nas does not know the pain of that first sleepover at a white friend's house. And you come back home on Sunday and just look at your parents like, y'all need to step your game up. Everything at Timmy's house works. Timmy was one of my first white friends, like, in my life, man. And one day I was at his house, we were just hanging out, and Timmy says, "Dave, why don't you stay for dinner tonight?" I said, "Oh, man, I'd love to, but I can't."
What age do you change from being David to Dave?
I would have thought.
Well, your name's not fucking David, is it?
No,
is it? So that's him.
I was having an opinion though.
Well, you've got the same, Michael to Mike.
Yeah.
It depends if
Is it Michael?
Yeah, it is.
I knew that. I just thought I'd clarify it for everyone else.
Yeah. No, it's.
What age do you change from your name like that to you?
It depends. Go on.
Oh, you go on.
No, go on.
After you.
Fucking hell,
Go on,
one of you.
After you, Dave.
Go on. After you.
If I'm not home,
Okay. So impatient, you. Unbelievable.
I think when you start getting old enough to actually have legitimate friends that call you Dave. So, like, if you're 9, 10 and your mates come round and say, "Is Dave there?"
So what were you, about 31?
Yeah. Still that happened. Still David to my parents.
So were you, Daz and Darren?
No, I only use Daz with friends. But, I mean, real close friends.
Yeah.
Like my wife calls me Daz, and a couple of what's been.
Is that what she calls you?
She calls me other names as well. Yeah.
well, Doc, my mother will kill me. That was a lie. My mother had several jobs. I hadn't seen her in like 3 or 4 days. And the only reason I lied to Timmy was because at that point in my life, it was my experience that white dinner wasn't delicious. I'd rather go home and fry some bologna or some shit like that. But then old Timmy threw me a curveball I wasn't expecting. He said, "Well, it's too bad you can't stay, Dave, because Mom made stovetop stuffing." I said, "What the fuck, stovetop?" Well, hold on, nigga, let me make some phone calls. I had seen that commercial so many times, I had dreamt of getting my hands on some of that stovetop stuff. And finally, I met a motherfucker that actually had a box of stovetop in the house. I couldn't miss this opportunity, so I pretended to call my mother. And then I came back and I said, Timmy, you're not gonna believe this great news. Mom said I can stay. And he said, fantastic. He said, why don't you come with me and we'll help set the table and then we can say the blessing. I had no interest in setting this motherfucker's table or saying these crazy ass Mormon prayers. I just wanted that goddamn stuffing. So I told Timmy, I said, you know what, I'd love to help, but let me go wash my hands first. My plan was simple. Wash my hands slowly, and by the time I'm done, the table will be set, the blessing will be said, and all that there will be left to do is eat.
That's such a kid move, isn't it?
Right,
They don't think any adult has cottoned on to. It's taking 10 minutes to wash your hands just because you've been asked to set the table.
It's a bit like when you get to the checkout when we've got loads of shopping.
Yeah.
And one of us three goes for a piss when we're packing the bags.
Because I've done it once, and it really takes 3 grown men to pack some stuff into a trolley.
Loads of
Tons of stuff we had.
There's not even room for 3 people.
10 bags full we had.
Yeah.
Went to the bathroom. I washed my hands very slowly. I must have been in there for about 10 minutes. And suddenly, one of his mothers came to the door. She was like, hi, David, right? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, Timmy tells me that you're planning on staying for dinner. I said, I hope that's not a problem, ma'am. She says, no, it's no problem. In fact, we'd love to have you. It's just that we weren't expecting company. And I'm afraid there's not enough stovetop stuffing for everybody. So I kicked her in the pussy. Ladies and gentlemen.
I forgot about that
I'm
punchline.
sure that's great, because I'd forgotten all about it.
Yeah, the whole premise of the bit was to lead you up to that, and then the misdirection that you just completely forget.
The way that's done is absolutely brilliant, really is.
The funniest bit of that for me was one of his mums.
One of his mums, yeah.
Because he said Mormon earlier. That's just so subtle, but it cracked me up.
His stand-up where he says that's it, it's the final. When he does the closer.
Right.
Yeah.
He said that's it now, done.
Really?
I hope not.
No, let's hope not, yeah.
Well,
so, no more stand-up.
He gets deep in some of the stories he tells. You know?
Yeah.
But it was I love it, mate. It's fucking funny. It just makes me laugh.
Well, that's great.
Chappelle's show is on Netflix in this country now.
Oh, it is.
So maybe I think his bank balance is probably going to reflect that.
Yeah, I can
you know,
imagine.
so there'll be no more. I'm not sure he's worried about money.
No.
I know we got screwed over the Chappelle show.
Turned down 50 million quid, so he's obviously not.
Yeah, but I think it's sold
dollars or whatever.
I think it's just sold to Netflix for about 40 million quid.
Really?
something like that. Yeah,
Wow.
He'll be all right. Don't worry about him.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I
worried.
think he'll be fine. He'll be fine. It's like, well, he'll be fine.
Start a crowdfunding.
Yeah.
No, I believe it when I see it, because he seems so good and so prolific and so ingrained in comedy that maybe he goes away for a bit, maybe stops touring or something.
You think someone like that, he'll pick, over the next couple of years, he'll pick so much material up without even knowing it, and he'll think, you hope in the end he'll think, I've got to get this out.
We don't want them just to fade away.
No,
No, not at all.
maybe he's done with specials, because there's loads of stories of him just turning up at comedy clubs and he'll just go and do 2 hours, just randomly, and maybe that'll be it. Maybe he just turns up, doesn't record it, just does that thing.
Do a bit, and maybe.
At his own pleasure.
I just hope he stays in the game, that's all.
Yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed that too. Don't forget, like and subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.